They say patience is a virtue. And when it came time to having enough patience for a chance to witness history right before your very eyes, well, it was indeed worth the wait. And although many people thought it would never happen, it finally did. As the historic Lee Hall train depot, which has been a part of this community for more than a century, got a much needed lift and a move across the tracks so that it can begin moving forward towards a brighter future.
It's amazing. We never thought this day would come. The Lee Hall Depot is the last remaining of the 5 train stations that were built in early Warwick County as part of the C&O Railroad's effort to bring rail service to the Virginia Peninsula when it established Newport News Point as its terminus for its intercontinental rail line. The depot was in active service until the middle of last century. However, CSX in the 1990s determined that it was unsafe. They no longer needed the facility, that was too close to the tracks. They offered it to the City of Newport News if the city agreed to move it at their expense. And the city accepted that challenge, and an organization called the Friends of the Lee Hall Depot Incorporated was established, and it was their objective to raise the funds and relocate this structure to the other side of the tracks. And their intent was that the building would be restored and operated as a transportation museum, documenting the story of the significance of the C&O Railroad to the development of Warwick County and the City of Newport News. It's been a long 8 years to relocate the depot. Been a lot of miles of red tape to be crossed before this venture all materialized. Things got hot and heavy with the move several months ago when expert house mover came on the scene in conjunction with the Phoenix Corporation. Phoenix is actually the contractor for not only constructing a new foundation for the building, but the physical move. And expert house mover is a subcontractor that they're using to facilitate this move in the best manner possible.
First time you look at a project, sometimes it takes your breath, but you encounter it day by day, and it takes years to get a feel of what's needed and to grasp the challenge in front of you. So we've been doing it for over 40, 50 years since I was a teenager, and kind of know the ins and outs of the project. Over the past week, the building was separated, cut, and the challenge was the roof of one structure overlaps the other roof. So if that wouldn't have occurred, we could have just jacked them both up together. But we had to physically jack one up a few inches and then slide it out from underneath the other building, then to be able to pick it up the rest of the way to put the wheels under. And we take it real easy. We start out real slow and easy to make sure everything's going perfect. And then once we make sure we got everything in hand, then we get a little, we put a little steam to the locomotive. Come ahead, driver. Go ahead.
It's not just a straight drive over the tracks. This is not the Indy 500. They have a lot of stop and start. In order to even move the structure, there's a tractor trailer that will pull or actually tow it, but there's a series of dollies underneath it, and they're all hydraulically operated. But the wheels all have to be in right position. If they need to make a turn, they have to stop, manually adjust them, oil them. They have put down shoring and sheeting to make sure that the road path is smooth enough for, in case there are any potholes or low spots that might be developed. Yeah, it's a lot of huff and puff and grunt and stop and go.
The big one, the freight room in the 2 stories, pushing probably 160,000 pounds. The small one is about 120,000 pounds, give or take a few thousand. It's amazing. It's history being made. I mean, it was made 100 years ago when it was built, and 127 years later, it's making history again by being picked up and moved to a new location.
It was quite a smooth process, though, to bring that first half over. It went a lot more quickly than we anticipated. It rolled over without a hitch. So the job is half done, and looking forward to the completion of the other half and to find its mate on the other side of the track. Today's project is to move the other half of the depot, which is the older sections, the original freight room and then the 1893 tower telegraph office.
Come on back 5 feet.
And these two are a larger segment than what we moved yesterday, and the process is going to be a little bit different.
Oh, stay with it a little bit longer. Hey, easy now. Follow your truck up a hair to get in the road.
We anticipate the last nudge or push to put it into position, they're going to have to back it, because at that point there won't be enough space for a cab to be on the front side of it to pull it, so they'll have to disconnect and come at it from the back end. So it will take some efforts to be able to negotiate it correctly onto that foundation and make sure it's lined up properly. There'll probably be a lot of stopping and starting, rather like trying to parallel park a car.
I am moved to tears today to see these two pieces come across the track. I am relieved when the final one is over. Hopefully we're not going to see any problems. It looks great.
We're almost at the end of today's process. We just have a little bit more to go as they give it that final nudge or two to bring these sections in conjunction with each other and get them aligned properly. And so if you'll watch closely, I think you'll see as they're able to bring these forces together. And a very exciting moment here. And in any moment now, I anticipate we'll be giving the high sign, the V for victory, that mission accomplished.
Keep on coming. Keep on coming like you are. Y'all all right?
It's done. It's in place.
I'm very excited that we have reached this point with the depot. It's taken many years to see it to this stage, but our work is actually just beginning. Now we have the challenge of fundraising. Approximately $2.3 million is needed to restore this building and then to refurbish it as a museum. And this is an exciting challenge for the Friends of the Lee Hall Depot, but also to the citizens of Newport News and our community at large.
I was thrilled. What excitement. Everybody was happy to see it moving. It was exciting to see it moving. The crew was excited. It was really an exciting event, and I'm really happy that you're documenting it for all of the citizens to see.
For more information on Newport News In Review, contact Aaron Prichett at aprichett@nngov.com. Watch Newport News TV anytime at nngov.com.